feel like everyone should have a job in sales at least once in their life. I think it's more so mastering the skill of being okay if people don't want to buy into what you want, because every day you're selling something, whether you know it or not. I think if you can get a job as entry-level sales, you're setting yourself up for success.
Yeah. Welcome to Finding Pharma, where we make learning about the pharmaceutical industry as easy as popping a multivitamin. Today, we will look at a real-world case study of how a pharmacist can plan out their career path to ensure it is both rewarding and fulfilling. Whether that's in pharma or back in community pharmacy, this interview is going to help you understand three things. Number one, how to get into your first industry role. Number two, how to transition between different roles in pharma. In particular, how to crack the elusive clinical trials and medical affairs space. Thirdly, if you're still thinking industry is not for me, stick around to the end to hear Beck's brilliant advice on how to get the keys to your own pharmacy. This is a topic and conversation very close to my heart, having been a pharmacist for more than 10 years, and in addition to that, spending the last 8 years in industry working across medical affairs, sales, and marketing. So with that, let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome to Finding Pharma, your prescription for success in the pharmaceutical industry. Today we have Beck Seston, a dear friend from pharmacy school, and she's got quite the remarkable career in pharma as well, having been through sales and clinical research. First of all, Beck, thanks for having me and welcome.
Thanks, David. Thanks for having me on your channel. I think it's such an exciting channel. I can't wait to see how you grow.
We obviously had a lot of fun at uni and probably too much fun in the chemistry labs, and I was a little bit mischievous in class. But aside from that, you're always such a great student and someone that kept me in line and made sure I did my assignments and wasn't mucking around too much at uni.
Yes, we definitely had different styles. You're very relaxed, but you definitely get the job done, whereas I'm probably a bit more of a taskmaster, but I think you're always better. You have more fun, so yeah.
And it's interesting thinking back to uni, I feel like the dream for everyone is to become a pharmacy owner, and whilst we finally got through uni together, we graduated, went into community pharmacy, eventually found Pharma. I'd love to kind of pick your brains around what was the inspiration for you, or why did you leave community pharmacy to go into your first industry role with AstraZeneca?
I think as pharmacists, we all love helping community, and it does feel really nice to be back working in a pharmacy. But at the time, after completing my intern year, I was newly registered and I just wanted to explore some other options. And I had a calling to experience the industry. I just felt that was something that I wanted to do. I'd heard all these things about it, and I just thought, why not? I'm still young, why not go and explore the industry? Yeah, and that's when I took on my first role as an entry-level position for GP sales with AstraZeneca. Yeah.
And was there an appeal of, wearing nice clothes and not having to wear the white coat?
Yes, that as well, although the novelty can wear off pretty quickly. It can be a tough job, but I think I look back now and hindsight is so good, but at the time it was quite challenging, especially learning sales, learning how to deal with GPs, especially as a young kind of intern, new graduate. But there was the appeal to have a bit of freedom as well. You're not stuck in the pharmacy in a retail job, because these days I don't even get to leave the pharmacy, but it was nice to have that freedom to go make your own schedule. You really were your own boss when you work in sales. You do have your manager, which I had a really great manager, which was great support, but you do get to figure out your own schedule, make your own appointments, and your day, you can make the day how you would like it to go. Yeah.
That's such a great summary of some of the pros and cons.
Yeah.
I have a question from one of our viewers, Paviska in Sydney. Her question is around what advice you have for new starters who are applying for their first entry-level role in the pharmaceutical industry, and they often feel that they're being rejected because they have no experience. And obviously someone who has been in that position and successfully gotten into industry, what advice have you got for these new starters?
I think it is a really daunting time, and as Jody was saying as well previously, it's hard, but for me, I was actually I don't know if it was lucky, but it was pretty easy to get an entry-level position. I think it also boils down to the right timing, like that you've got to actually suit the position that you're applying for as well.
If you're enjoying the content so far, please leave a like. Otherwise, if we've missed anything, please drop a comment below and we'll answer the question in another episode.
The question mentioned rejection. That can be hard, but I often find rejection is just redirection. So if you were rejected from something, it can seem really upsetting, but I just believe it wasn't the right thing for you and it's redirecting you to a different path. So my best bit of advice for people who are applying for these entry-level positions is don't get so bogged down on the technical skills that you don't have. I mean, you've mentioned in your videos, David, you've given some really great advice, like you're spilling the pharma industry secrets here, because when we were going through that, when we were trying to find our first job, we didn't know what all that language meant. We didn't know what the role title description was for any of that when we were applying. We just had to figure it out on our own. But you've given them such practical tools, how to search on LinkedIn, how to network, that's amazing. So my advice would be definitely do your research, finding pharma, listening to all the stuff out there about the pharmaceutical industry. But I think turn it onto yourself. So I think your number one focus should be when you're applying for an entry-level position is your own mindset, your own character, your own work ethic, and what you're going to bring to the table. Yes, you don't have those skills that are those technical skills that are really developed, but you do, and you can potentially just bring a really good work ethic. You can bring a willingness to learn, but even go one step further, a willingness to be proactive and to go and seek out that information yourself. Don't wait for someone. And if you can somehow showcase that when you're going to apply or when you're speaking with your future employer, showcase a really good attitude, a positive attitude.
Focusing on what you can control and being proactive, I think holds you in good stead for any job and in life.
Yeah, and also looking at it it's not just about what you want from that employer or that company. How can you help them? What kind of skills as a new graduate or an entry-level position, still you have plenty that you can bring to that company, and how can you help the company be successful? What can you bring towards the organization?
How do you pitch it to them?
Yes, it's all about pitching to them, and you can work on your own presentation skills, because there's definitely ways that you can make yourself more presentable and more appealing, and just not doubting yourself, not getting lost in the fear of rejection and that type of thing.
That's spot on. Great advice. Last question before we get on to a bit of fun. Having come full circle and actually, I'd say ticked off pharma, come back, now living the dream that a lot of pharmacy students have, which is to own your own pharmacy. What's your advice to aspiring pharmacists who want to achieve what you have? Because I think there's still, I get the sense that a lot of pharmacists are like Chemist Warehouse dominating the airwaves. Is that dream a dead dream for them? Or what advice do you have for them?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of chatter and talk out there, especially the last few months with all the different agreements and things that are going on with the government. But I think the dream is still not dead, and please, I hope if you have that dream, do not let anything distract you from that dream. The talk out there in the media, even Chemist Warehouse, I personally am not a great fan of the Chemist Warehouse model, but I see that there's people that need to go and need that sort of pharmacy care. I'm very passionate about the small community pharmacies that are frontline and that can really provide that patient care, who know all of their patients and who can provide, there's so much value that community pharmacy can provide. I still see that as a lot of value. So I do think that if you are willing, you've got to be really committed if you want to be a pharmacy owner. It's not, I think people are saying that it's not as easy as it used to be. I can't really speak on that because I'm new to the pharmacy ownership, but it's not easy, and it's not as, you're not going to be getting all the rewards straight away. So you've definitely got to be in it for the long haul. But I really believe if you stick with it, if you build a business, you will be rewarded. And it is, it's a small business. Small business isn't glamorous. You are the backstop. There's no one that's going to come in and save you. If there's a customer that's not happy, guess who they're going to turn to you. If there's an employee that's not happy, they're going to turn to you. So nothing really prepares you for it until you just get in there and get it started. I would say my advice is try to partner up with a franchise that you believe in. I'm so happy. I couldn't speak more highly of the franchise that I'm with. They are so supportive, and just their values very much align with mine. So if you do want to go down that route, definitely start off like in a partnership, and unless you want to go out rurally and maybe give it a go with a partner. But yeah, I would say you've got to be very committed.
Being committed, having a bit of support as well,
Yes.
and values alignment, so
Yeah.
important
Yeah.
for longevity, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, my last question for a bit of fun. If you were a pharmaceutical drug, what would your warning label say?
My label would be warning. I will definitely try to get you to come and shop at my pharmacy and become a lifelong customer here, because I really believe in it and I'm very passionate about everything that I do here. So come and shop at Linfield Chempro.
And yeah, thank you so much, Beck. You've given us so many insights. I think the viewers are going to really appreciate what you've told them about clinical research, about sales, about becoming an MSL, about community pharmacy. And it's interesting, you mentioned the comment around, seeing a colleague, climb up and up the ladder every few years. And if I can say as a friend that's watched your career trajectory, it's been super inspiring to see, you move from different companies, different roles, now to pharmacy ownership. So yeah, I'm so proud of you and what you've achieved. And
yeah, well, I was just going to say, David, I'm so proud of you as well. Like, I know a lot of people would want to know how you got into your role. Like, getting into marketing is something that a lot of people would love to do, and I think that it opens so many doors. So yeah, I'm super proud of watching you and everything you've done, and I think that this is an amazing channel. Honestly, someone might want to shut you down for all the secrets that you're stealing. So you've done an amazing job so far. So yeah, can't wait to see what else you produce. You've got some big names coming up.
Appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on the next video. If there are any questions that you had on clinical research, sales, MSL, drop them in the comments and I'll get back to you. All right, see you on the next one, guys. Bye.
Bye. Leave a comment below.
Now, one area we didn't cover in Beck's career path was the time she spent in clinical trials at Roche, an absolute powerhouse at clinical trials and bringing new innovative medicines to market. If this is of interest to you, click the link here to find out more.